In the small town of Willow Creek, life was simple. The streets were quiet, lined with maple trees that turned golden every fall, and everyone knew everyone else. But simplicity didn't mean life was easy. Jobs were scarce, dreams were often left in the shadow of bills and responsibilities, and hope, though present, sometimes felt distant. Among the townspeople was a young man named Ethan Parker. Ethan was 22, tall, with a lean build and deep brown eyes that seemed to hold the weight of the world. He had grown up in a modest home with his mother, Claire, and his younger sister, Lily. His father had left when Ethan was just a boy, leaving behind only a fading photograph and a broken promise. Ethan had one dream: to become a professional software engineer. Ever since he had discovered computers at the age of 12, he spent hours teaching himself coding, creating small apps, and imagining a life where he could build something that mattered. But reality had other plans. After high school, Ethan worked at a local warehouse to support his family. The job was physically exhausting, and he often came home with aching muscles, but he never complained. In the evenings, after everyone had gone to bed, Ethan would sit at his old laptop, coding by the dim light of a desk lamp. Life, however, wasn't just about long hours or physical labor. It was about the unexpected storms that test your resolve. One cold December morning, the warehouse announced mass layoffs. Ethan's heart sank. Losing this job meant his mother wouldn't be able to pay the mortgage. Lily couldn't attend her dance classes, and his dream of going to college for computer science seemed further away than ever. After high school, Ethan worked at a local warehouse to support his family. The job was physically exhausting, and he often came home with aching muscles, but he never complained. In the evenings, after everyone had gone to bed, Ethan would sit at his old laptop, coding by the dim light of a desk lamp. Life, however, wasn't just about long hours or physical labor. It was about the unexpected storms that test your resolve. One cold December morning, the warehouse announced mass layoffs. Ethan's heart sank. Losing this job meant his mother wouldn't be able to pay the mortgage. Lily couldn't attend her dance classes, and his dream of going to college for computer science seemed further away than ever. "Son, what are you working on there?" Mr. Thompson asked, peering over Ethan's shoulder. Ethan hesitated, embarrassed. "Just some projects I've been trying to learn. I want to get into software development, but it's hard." Mr. Thompson smiled. "Hard? Life's hard, but hard doesn't mean impossible. Show me what you've got." For the next few hours, Ethan showed Mr. Thompson the apps and programs he had built. The old man was impressed. "You've got talent, kid, but talent alone won't get you far. You need guidance, structure, and a bit of luck." That night, Mr. Thompson offered Ethan mentorship. "If you're serious, I'll help you prepare for college applications and coding interviews. But you have to promise me one thing: no excuses, no quitting." Ethan agreed, shaking hands with the man who would unknowingly change his life. What followed was the hardest year of Ethan's life. By day, he worked double shifts at the grocery store, unloading trucks and stocking shelves. By night, he coded, studied algorithms, and read textbooks borrowed from the local library. Weekends were spent in Mr. Thompson's makeshift home office, where Ethan learned everything from Python to Java, from database management to cloud computing. The work was grueling. There were nights when Ethan's eyes burned from staring at lines of code he didn't understand. There were days when his muscles ached so badly he could barely lift a cup of coffee. And yet, he persisted. Every time he wanted to quit, he thought of his mother's tired smile, his sister's laughter, and the future he had imagined for himself. Slowly but surely, his efforts began to pay off. His projects became more sophisticated, his problem-solving sharper. Mr. Thompson started introducing him to tech communities online, where Ethan participated in coding challenges and hackathons. Each small victory fueled his determination. Just as things seemed to be looking up, life threw another curveball. Ethan applied to a prestigious tech internship in Silicon Valley, a program that could change his career overnight. After weeks of waiting, he finally received the rejection email. His heart sank. All the late nights, the sweat, the sacrifices. Was it all for nothing? For a moment, Ethan considered giving up. But then, he remembered something Mr. Thompson had told him during one of their late-night sessions. Ethan, the only difference between those who succeed and those who fail isn't talent, it's persistence. You fail, you get back up. You fail again, you get up again. That's how dreams are built. And so, Ethan didn't quit. He doubled down. He reached out to tech recruiters, joined more coding competitions, and even started freelancing small projects online. His work ethic became legendary in the small town of Willow Creek. People began calling him the kid who never gives up. A year later, Ethan received a message from a mid-sized tech company in San Francisco. They had reviewed his portfolio and were impressed by his persistence and skill. They offered him a full-time software developer position with relocation assistance and a generous starting salary. Ethan couldn't believe it. Tears filled his eyes as he called his mother and sister. "Mom, Lily, we made it!" He whispered, voice shaking. The first few weeks in San Francisco were intimidating. The city was fast-paced. People moved quickly, and Ethan often felt like a small fish in a massive ocean. But he carried with him the lessons learned in Willow Creek, the value of hard work, resilience, and the courage to chase a dream. Within months, Ethan's dedication caught the attention of his managers. He led a project that revolutionized part of the company's software system, earning him recognition, promotions, and respect. But even as success came, Ethan never forgot his roots. He sent money home to help his mother pay off the mortgage, supported Lily's college tuition, and regularly returned to Willow Creek to mentor local kids interested in tech. One evening, during a community event in Willow Creek, Ethan was invited to speak to a group of young students. He looked out at the crowd, many of whom were struggling with the same challenges he had faced. "Life isn't easy," Ethan said, his voice steady. "I know what it feels like to have doors closed in your face, to feel like you're not enough. But let me tell you something important. Your dreams are not impossible. Hard work, persistence, and belief in yourself can carry you further than you imagine. I didn't have everything. I just had determination." The students listened in silence, some wiping tears from their eyes. Ethan's journey had become a beacon of hope. Ethan's story became a legend in Willow Creek. He showed that even in the smallest towns, with limited resources, dreams could come true. His journey was a testament to the power of hard work, resilience, and the human spirit. He often reflected on his journey, how he had gone from a warehouse worker to a successful software developer in San Francisco. But more importantly, he reflected on the lessons he had learned. Hard work matters more than talent alone. Failure is not the end. It's a stepping stone. Belief in yourself is more powerful than any obstacle. Giving back enriches life far more than money or recognition. Ethan Parker's story isn't just about success in a career, it's about the triumph of hope, the strength of perseverance, and the transformative power of dreams. And as he looked out at the city skyline from his small San Francisco apartment, he whispered to himself, "Every day, there are millions of people like Ethan, facing struggles, setbacks, and uncertainty. But it's in those moments of difficulty that character is built. The road to your dreams may be long and arduous, but the journey is worth every ounce of effort. So no matter where you are, no matter how hard life hits you, remember Ethan Parker's story. Keep working, keep believing, and never, ever give up. Your breakthrough might be just around the corner."